Hello everyone, welcome to the second video on the Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech by Patrick Henry, which we'll be doing a read aloud. So in this video, we will be reading the first 4 paragraphs. Let's begin. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs. I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. Let's stop right there. That is a thinking strategy which I'd like you to focus on as we read the speech, as thinking strategies help you understand text as a whole. So, this is no time for ceremony means that this is no time to delay, as they need to figure out a way to gain liberty from Britain as a whole. Patrick Henry is trying to say that they are in a rush right now. The questing before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of this debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at the truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. So here's the first question, which I'll be asking a question after each paragraph. What is the author's opinion on the events with Britain and his ideals with liberty? Please think about these as we move forward. So here's paragraph 2. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my king, and of an act of disloyalty toward the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth, and listen to the song of the siren till she transforms us into beasts. This part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Let's stop right there. So arduous means hard to accomplish or achieve. So the reason I highlighted this word is I want you to look at 4 different vocabulary words as it is important to understanding, as it helps you understand how he felt and how he persuaded Congress as a whole to fight for liberty. Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes see not, having ears hear not? The things which so nearly concern the temporal salvation. For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. So here's a self-monitoring question. Do you understand the meaning of the last sentence? Please think about this. Patrick Henry wants to know the full truth, even if it is bad. That's what that means. So on to paragraph 3. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and this is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging of the future but by the past. In judging by the past, I wish to know what there have been in the conduct of the British ministry for the last 10 years to justify those hopes with which gentlemen have been pleased to solace themselves and the House. It is that insidious smile with which our petition has been lately received. So insidious means having a gradual and cumulative effect. Trust it not, sir, it will prove a snare to your feet. Suffer not yourselves to be betrayed with a kiss. Ask yourselves how this gracious reception of the petition comports with those warlike preparations with which cover our waters and darken our land. Are fleets and armies necessary to be to a work of love and reconciliation? Have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, sir. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which kings resort. That is his text structure. So how do you think that in itself is a sequence? So sequence in itself is going from one event to another, in which he is saying that a British army has been getting worse and worse, which means that they are ready to fight, not to make peace, which is him trying to say that Congress is blind to what is happening. I ask, gentlemen, sir, what means this martial array, if it purpose to be not force us to submission? So here's another question. What is the author trying to say by bringing up Britain's past with its colonies? So here's the 4th paragraph and the final one for this video. Can gentlemen assign any other possible motive for it? Has Great Britain any enemy in this quarter of the world to call for all this accumulation of navies and armies? No, sir, she has but none. They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. They are sent over to bind and rivet upon us those chains which the British ministry have been so long forging? And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try argument? Sir, we have been trying that for the last 10 years. Let's interpret that. How does the author's statement also correlate to the divine right of many Americans, as many wanted to keep going west? In which he is trying to say that it is America's duty to fight back, as no one else will. Have we anything new to offer upon the subject? Nothing. We have held the subject up in every light of which it is capable, but it is all been in vain. Shall we resort to entreaty and humble supplication? What terms shall we find which have not been already exhausted? Let us know, I beseech you, sir. Deceive ourselves. How does this paragraph also correlate to the author's feelings that Congress is blind to what is happening? Please think about that. All right. So here is the first 4 paragraphs as we have recently read. The next video, we will be discussing the final 4 paragraphs. Thank you. See you in the next video.